What's up, everybody? This is Juan coming at you. I'm just showing you around my shed cabin, and it is my shed cabin. Um, Something I decided to do out here on property I own out here in the forest area, if you can see. Um, I own some property out here, over 11 acres, connected to the forest, basically, and it's kind of in the center of this neighborhood and communities, and kind of in the middle of the forest out here. And I bought the property, and after a year or so, I decided to put a building here, shed cabin style, with a porch. You can see my beagles out there chilling, enjoying the weather. Um, I call this my cheap, rugged, rustic recreational cabin. Uh, Something that I unexpectedly decided to do on the inside. First, this was going to be storage, which it still is storage for stuff we do when we come out here and go hunting, hiking, four wheeling, whatever we decide to do out here, fishing. Um, I had a place, sort of a headquarters slash storage, you know, um, where I could come and relax, get away for a weekend or something like that. We usually set up tents because we like setting up tents and act and do the hardcore way, I guess. But this is where we come and relax, do prep work with food and stuff like that. Um, and I call it cheap because I went low end on this. I didn't try to make it a tiny home, even though a little more work to this, and it will be a completed tiny home. Kind of is right now. Less the floor and some trimming and stuff like that, and the ceiling. I could explain that ceiling in the decoration. Brought the outside look inside using camouflage net because I don't have a ridge vent and I don't have soffits. So I do have this place insulated, and you can see the drooping from the insulation, which is what I needed to do since I can't close the ceiling up because of mildew issues, because I don't have the right. It's not designed with the right ventilation as far as ridge vents and soffits. Um, had this insulation's been going like 3 years. I haven't had any mildew problems here. It's probably because it is humid out here, but some reason this does well as far as humidity, I guess. So far I haven't had a problem. Like I said, no mildew. I could always inspect my insulation, which I have, to make sure there's no, as you can see, it's still no mildew or nothing build up on the ends of it, or on the inside. And what I do every so often, I check it out, make sure nothing's going on. But is ventilation between the ceiling, and a gap between the ceiling and the insulation, which probably is helping. But that's my only concern, was that I did have roofers come out and look and see if they can do a ridge vent and soffits, but they can't because the angle of the roof is not enough, and it could cause leaking. So I said I'll just camouflage it, decorate it, and make it even look more rustic and rugged, um, which fits my, you know, kind of a lifestyle, as far as having something to get away to, and still be comfortable. I do work in here, so some of the stuff is set up to make room. That's a flip down table. I could flip it down and hang up the stools on the hooks and have room to do any kind of work I need to do in here, out here in the property, which I usually find myself doing something. Uh, the water it's kind of hooked up to a water hose, and I get water in here through a water hose, basically my well. This shed is set up off-grid style. I could plug in. It's plugged into my temporary power pole, RV style, and I have an outlet RV style that I set up for this. I did have an electrician install the wiring, gave him the outlet, set up the outlet. I installed the outlet, so I could have the outlet for to plug it in RV style, and that way I could plug it into a generator, and this place will be powered up. And my well will plug into the generator once I set up the well for plugging in, and that way I know it's totally off grid. So that's what's up with my little shed cabin stuff. It went cheap. Most of the stuff, furniture you see in here was Facebook Marketplace, good finds. Um, It's a hodgepodge of stuff, but it works. Everything I said I need put in here, I put in here. Cabinets, my sink. I wanted a wooden sink. I didn't want to pay brand, like I said, I wanted used furniture, repurpose stuff that people don't want and sell. A good way to do something like this, if you have some the rural area, China land out in the forest, and you just have property sitting there, but you want to do something. This is something you could invest some money in. I wouldn't call it an investment because you do lose money trying to resell it if you do try to sell it. I'm not planning on reselling. This is my retirement property in the future, building hopefully a cabin style out here to complement the area and in the forest. Whatever I can get that I can put out here for retirement. Um, but it does work. Come in here and there's about 5 or 6 of us to hang out here during hunting season or during any time of the year. We come out here, shoot on my range, got a shooting range out here and all that stuff. Outdoor activity stuff that people don't get to do much of. I get to do that, and I enjoy that freedom to be able to do it. Um, so yes, it works well. Only problem I have right now, I got to replace this guy. It went out. I mean, it's leaking, and I kind of disappointed because it's like rarely used and it's leaking already. But it's from what the AC technician told me. He told me it's kind of common for these guys at some point to leak. And well, you could change out the head or buy a new unit. I'm buying a new unit, even though there's some affordable ones out there. And being that I thought Emerson would last a while, which it didn't, and with real low usage, I figured, it's no sense in buying something that I, spend the same amount of money on one that it didn't even last. And it's been 3 years, but that's not using it full time. That's just coming out on weekends and hunting season. That's the only time we use it. And it's already leaking and not sure. So buying a mini split, expect not to, depending on whoever made it, never know. Name probably doesn't even matter because they're known to do that. Yeah, everything works. My television works. I hook up my smartphone to it and I get to watch whatever I want to watch on there. I get good reception out here, so, which is great. I could do whatever I want on my phone as far as watching movies and stuff like that. And I set that one up too also as a flip down. I usually, when I leave, I fold it down, move my little island thing there over and cover it up with a blanket just to prevent any bugs or any. I don't get bugs in here. I play my own exterminator, and all I use is Raid, and them bugs stay away. And Raid does an excellent job keeping bugs away. I use it at home, use it here, and I don't have any bug problems. Bugs were to get in here, they end up pretty much dead by the time I get out here. And I don't see any bugs. They stay away from it. So there you have it. My rugged shed cabin, rustic rugged shed recreational cabin to put it on my property instead of just having property sitting around and not being able to get to it or, enjoy it like I can now, as much as I can now. I was enjoying it before, but this is much better. To have something like this sitting around on property that it's my secondary property, my investment property, retirement property that in the future. And I live 75 miles from here in the Charleston area. And I have a house out there. And so building a house right now is not cost effective right now. Can't swing 2 notes. But this right here helps me get away and still feel like I'm at home because I got everything I could do at home, I could do here. Maybe not wash clothes, even though I got a portable washing machine I could bring here, a small one that'll do the job, but no need for it at this time. But again, Facebook Marketplace helped me out a lot, being able to buy stuff like this to decorate, have something to come in and be comfortable in with 2 recliners and stuff like that, It's some ideas that you can do for people who have property and can't, don't know what to do with it. If you have the funds, you can swing something like this that, this is probably going on 16,000 what I put into it already, based because of the amount of money I saved on furniture. And I bought a repoed building that was only a year old actually. They repoed it that quick. That at the time that it gave me a really good deal on it. So, and then by the time I did all the math and how much I spent and put into just the building, it came out to about 16 average, which is well worth it to me. Even though the resale won't be, if I were to sell it, I wouldn't make money off it. But the point is that I didn't plan on selling it. It's a secondary part. It's something addition to the property that I'm able to get away and do what I want to do out here. Have a place, a headquarters, place to work and do work in if I had to. Um, so that's what's up. That's how I was thinking. I did this video before, but some things I needed to change on the video. I did have a lot of hits on it, a lot. And I'm sad that I had to take it down and redo this, give people an idea of what I've done and what people can do. If you got property and you want to do something, and you got the money, it's well worth it to do something like this, especially if it's like a planned retirement property, something that you're not planning, that you're going to plan to build your home on it, or that you inherited, stuff like that. And if you like outdoor activities or just to get away and relax and get away from the rat race, which I like to do because I work around a lot of people and I do need a break from it. So, yeah, this is actually a wet bar sink. I decided to get that because I wanted something wooden. I wanted to keep it rustic. Okay. And that came in handy. It isn't like I needed a real sink in here. It is a sink, but it's a wet bar sink and it does the job. As you can see, you got dishes over there. And everything I need to cook, I could do here in the microwave or the toaster oven, or mostly in the fire pit. So I'm queuing. So that's a good thing because you really get to do the outdoor stuff out here when you do something like this and enjoy it. And when this is working, right now it's comfortable weather, so I'm not worried about it. I am going to get another AC pretty soon before the summer really hits. When it did work, this place stayed cool and warm. I did a good job insulating, apparently. Even with the gaps in the insulation, this place stays warm and cool. So this is the deck. I took a shower earlier, so I got a towel out here drying. These are also flip downs. I decided to mount them to the walls out here, so I have somewhere to set stuff on. That's just I'm working on a electric fence for my dog, so this is the station for it, and I'm still training her on it. And she's kind of stubborn, which beagles are known to be. So I'm out here enjoying myself, smoking cigars, having my coffee, listening to my CD. I got my CD out, new CD I bought in handheld, and I'm just living a life out here, relaxing. I need it at my age and work. I need it. I'm glad you do something like this. You don't know if it's worthwhile. Next thing you know, you're like, I'm so glad I did it. And you keep going on with it because, like I said, it was unexpected how much I did here. It just kept coming, ideas kept coming up, and I just kept growing it and building on it. There's laws and regulations you got to follow. Like plumbing, can't have plumbing. Mine's is just a water hose hooked up basically to this stuff, not real plumbing. Then I got water heaters hooked up with a water hose. Water comes into the water heater, and I get hot water, cold water. I don't drink the water because it's not filtered, but I do have my water dispenser here, hot and cold, and works excellent. That was also a good find on Facebook Marketplace. Anyway, that's what's up. Just wanted to share that with you guys. I want to thank people who came by before. If you're coming back again, thank you for coming by and give me a thumbs up. A lot of people like what I did here. It's not much. I mean, it's like a clubhouse type of thing that you put together unexpectedly, I guess. But it's something you just put together and it's worthwhile. I mean, you don't have a house, but you don't want to waste property. It's just sitting there. I know people have land for years and don't do nothing with it. And that's local here, and I try to buy their land, but they're not selling. But thing is, you could do something like this and maximize on it by using it, put a little shed cabin on here and fix it up, do what you can, if you could swing it, that is. Or even what we do, camp out there. We were set up tents out there, camp. We have a good time, good old time out there during the hunting season. We just sleep out there and enjoy the outdoors. They don't have to worry about finding a campground and with a bunch of other people. You just have your own land and make it happen. And this could just be a place where you come in and hang out and have somewhere to a headquarters to do stuff inside, prep food, whatever you need to do. Uh, you know, so that's it. Some of the stuff is new. Some of the stuff is most of it. I'm gonna say is 90% Facebook Marketplace stuff I bought. Other than like the AC and the cabinetry, some of the cabinets. I went with the metal cabinets because they were reasonable and it works. Wooden cabinets would not, I couldn't justify the cost. Let's put it that way. The paneling, now I had to swing extra for that. These are not printed. This is etched in stuff. And still work to be done, like the trimming I still have to do. But this is etched in thicker. So it does better with insulation. And I installed it horizontally instead of vertically. I try to give it the effect of a cabin inside, like a cabin would be built rather than up and vertically. So that's what's up. Yeah, I do got a divider as a curtain. Can't build walls and you have to get a permit if I wanted to do wall. I'm not doing all that. I like it wide open. And I'll just draw the curtains when we want to do something. Somebody's got to need some privacy over there for some reason to change clothes or whatever. Pull the curtains and you're good to go. But that's it. Just using money wisely and make it efficient. Like just drop down tables and stuff to make room when you got to work in here. And I still got to do the floor. I am planning on do the floor, just waiting for a good time and to do it. I live 75 miles away from here, so it isn't like I got time to run out here every day and stuff, or have it in my backyard back home. It's in the middle of the forest, so it takes some time to put stuff like this together. Took me some time because I wasn't in a rush and I didn't know how far I was going to go with this. That's what's up, y'all. Tell me what you think, and have a good day.